So you want to start a pooper scooper business? Great. I put a checklist together for you. And for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Erica Crouppen, and I'm the owner of Crouppens Poopin' Scoopin', and I am a content creator over here on the Scoopstart channel and a part of the Poop Scoop Millionaire community over on School. When you get started in business, you don't really know what you're doing. I know I didn't know what I was doing either, and I missed a lot of steps as time has gone on, which has cost me a lot of time and money. So let's go ahead and get into the checklist. You want to make sure that your legal is in order. So this means you're going to want to have your LLC set up, you're going to want to have your insurance, and if you need to have some type of business license that's separate from your LLC, you definitely want to get that as well. Here in Michigan, we don't require anything additional, but I know some states are different. So definitely look into that. Your branding and your marketing. I have branded myself very hot pink. The hot pink has been there since the beginning, but the vehicles did not start this way. I started with a 2007 Chevy Cobalt with a cargo trailer and a hitch and a magnet, but they were hot pink and it had who we are, what we do, and how to get in touch with us. And my logo was not a very bold image of myself back then. It was a very simple random dog clip art, and I believe it was some type of just clip art doghouse. Very, very simple in the beginning. And as for my business name, I just decided to go with my last name because Crouppens Poopin' Scoopin' had a nice ring to it. But make sure that you do some research because the industry has grown significantly since I started my business, and a lot of companies have taken a lot of names. So you're going to want to do some research, make sure that name is available, and then you're also going to want to look for a global trademark on the name that you're wanting to use, because there's nothing worse than getting your business started and then you get a cease and desist letter in the mail because you are infringing on somebody's trademarked name. And when you have that name picked, you're going to want to do some research. You're going to want to make sure that domain is available for your website. You're also going to want to look to see if that name is available on all the various social media platforms. We're talking Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn. What other social medias are there? I think that's it. When you're first getting started, I don't recommend you go crazy on all these different platforms. You just want to make sure that you have them available to you, so when you're ready to go hard in the paint, you're able to. We can talk about that in a later video about marketing channels, but you want to make sure that you're able to lock that in with your name. Oh, and your email address. Check to see if you can get your email address as the same name as well. I mean, that one really wasn't a deal breaker for me. The website and the domain and the Facebook, like that would be a deal breaker for me. You want to figure out your pricing. Now listen, okay? I still kind of go back and forth with this as the market has changed. I have tried a tiered method and I have tried a flat rate method. I have done a variety of methods. This is a very deep conversation and I can't do this in like a short video like this. So I want you to go ahead and click the video up here where we talk about pricing. That way we can do a bit of a deeper dive. But just know that you do have to make sure that you're pricing for a company. You're not just pricing as an individual. That's something that was a mistake for me when I went out and scooped. Is my first scoop took like an hour, which I actually went there yesterday. I went and scooped for them. The first house I ever scooped, I scooped again for them. Like, they don't use my service like reoccurring. They did for a few years, but then they paused and they wanted me to come back and do a seasonal clean, and it was just really cool to like reminisce through that. But when I scooped that yard, I only charged $20 and I was there for an hour. And I remember thinking like, oh my God, I just made so much money. For an individual at that time, yeah. For a company, no. Absolutely not. So you want to make sure that you're pricing for a company, not as just like an individual going there to go service the property. You also want to make sure that you're getting your equipment and tools. The main tools that I use is a yellow dozer bucket. I use a child's garden rake and a 13-gallon trash bag, and then 256 top performance disinfectant to disinfect my tools and my boots. It's very simple. How are you going to manage your customers? A CRM. That's how you're going to manage your customers. Now, if for instance you don't have the pockets or the bankroll for CRM, I totally get that. When I first got started, I used paper and just wrote everything down, kept it as organized as possible, and I used different apps, a scheduling app, an invoicing app. It got really messy. And so I didn't show up at some houses. I was waking up in the middle of the night like, did I move that person over? I don't remember. Did I bill that person? I eventually invested into a CRM. I personally use Jobber. That's a CRM I've been using since, I believe, since before 2020. I know William and Swoop Scoop, they use Sweep and Go, and that's what they've been using. You choose what CRM works best for you. What I did was I did like a tour of different CRMs to see which one I liked better, and I landed on Jobber because you can do all of your customer communication, meaning two-way text message. That's how I communicate with literally all of my customers, is via text message, unless you have your older folks that have the landline and they want to have the phone call. That's cool. I'll call you. And you can even call through the app. So it has the phone number in there. You hit the little phone button and it calls on your phone, which is super nice. It's super convenient. It has your routing in there. It has your invoicing. It has insights, which Jobber's insights have gotten so much better recently. I can't even handle it. And what else? Oh, the marketing campaigns. They have done so much work with their marketing campaigns that are built into the system. But I say all that to say, you just have to have something. If it's not a CRM right away, get yourself a nice notebook or an Excel spreadsheet and just keep yourself organized. You want to collect the customer's information, like their first and their last name, an email address, a phone number, how many dogs they have, and some detailed information about the property. And I also feel it's really important to get some type of processes set up, like how you're going to scoop the yard, how you're going to cover your butt. These are called operating procedures. When you're first getting started, it's a little hard, but once you start doing the job, start documenting it. So when it's time to hire, you're able to be like, here, this is exactly how you need to do the job. Or if you have a dog policy, like, are you going to allow the dogs out in the yard? Yes or no? What are your stipulations? Me personally, I started implementing a closed gate photo about 2 years ago, and it blows my mind that I didn't do this sooner, because I had issues where we got accused of not closing a gate and my technician said that they did. And so now we have the proof that the gate has been closed with a timestamp, and it has really helped us against being accused of not closing that gate. And I know we talked about this a little bit earlier with the social medias. Pick one social media channel that you really, really want to focus on and give all of your attention and your money to this. The primary ones that we're putting money into right now is Google Ads and Facebook. Facebook is going to be it's gonna not cost as much with advertisement dollars because those people are kind of scrolling. They're not serious. Google, they're more intentional. They're going there to look up dog poop removal services, professional pooper scooper, whatever it is that they're typing. And so it is going to be a higher dollar amount to acquire that customer. And I didn't mention this earlier. I wanted to wait kind of until the end of this section. Is your Google business profile is incredibly important. Transitioning over to mistakes that I see a lot of companies make is they don't get their Google profile set up fast enough. They don't get reviews fast enough. I see them giving away free services. I see them giving away discounts. I see them charging and providing an excellent service, but they're not asking for the Google review. Like, what are you doing? It's so simple. You can just copy and paste. You can have something very simple along the lines of I appreciate your support of the business. I just wanted to check and make sure that you were happy with the service provided. If you were, could you please leave me a well-worded 5-star Google review? As Google reviews really help my small business grow as I'm trying to get this built up. Something along those lines. And then include a link to your Google profile. Okay? But you can't have them give you Google reviews if you don't have your Google profile set up. So as soon as you get a business card, you get your business name, you have your LLC, get your Google business profile set up. It takes a little bit because you might have to go through a verification process. Some people do, some people don't. It just depends. I'm not really too sure. When I went through it, it was a lot different. They used to send you a postcard. You just gave the 4-digit or 5-digit code. All was good. Things have changed since then, okay? Some other mistakes I see business owners do on top of not having the Google business profile and not getting the reviews is setting their prices too low. I know we talked about this earlier, but when you set them for an individual and not a company, that's going to make it very difficult for you to grow. It's going to make it very difficult for you to reinvest into your brand, be able to pay people a livable wage. Okay, be able to pay yourself money. Being a business owner is very stressful, and you want to make sure that you're eventually able to pay yourself well, and you want to pay your staff well. And this mistake I'm so guilty of getting too emotional when customers are nasty towards you. Like, say if you mess up and you miss a pile and they leave you a nasty Google review. I remember I used to get so emotional over it. Like, I would have a full meltdown. Or if just people on the internet would talk trash about the business, I'd be like, don't talk about my business. I would get like emotional. And so that's a mistake I've seen myself do. I've seen other business owners do, where it's like the emotions just become too much and they're not able to work through the data. They're not able to be reasonable. They freak out and they make mistakes, or they shut down too soon, when it's like, it's okay. This is business. The whole reason we're in business is because there's an issue, right? We're trying to solve a problem. So when a complaint comes in or there's an issue, that's a problem. So we need to use our problem-solving brain to fix that problem. What's the issue? Why? Why was the customer not satisfied? Some customers just can never be satisfied, but the mass majority of them, the issues can be fixed by making some tweaks within our business. And the reason why I make these videos is because when I got started in business, there was no content like this. I was just reaching out to anybody and everybody that would talk to me. These days, there are so many wonderful resources, like the Poop Scoop Millionaire community over on School, and something I am incredibly excited about for this year. At the end of May, ScoopCon 2025 is going down, baby. There's going to be some big names there. There's going to be a lot of new people that are new to the industry, a lot of people that I've been chatting with on social media that now I finally get to meet face to face. I am going to be a guest speaker there. I'm so freaking nervous. I might cry. I'm probably going to ugly cry, but not because I'm like scared, but because this is something I have wanted for so long, and I'm so excited that William is making this happen for our community. So if you have not heard about it, or if you haven't purchased your tickets, please go ahead and look down below. It's going to be in the pinned comment, and I believe it will also be linked in the description. Please purchase your ticket. It's at the end of May. Tickets are selling fast. I believe the hotel is already booked up, but I am hoping that they're going to open up more space, or they'll be able to find another hotel, but we'll get all that stuff figured out for you. So go ahead and check that out, and I really hope to see you at the end of May. It's going to be May 24th and May 25th for ScoopCon 2025. As I go ahead and close this out, I want you to think about your business and think of if you haven't started, why haven't you started your business yet? I'm very curious. And if you have started your business and you're a little bit stuck, what's the one thing that has you stuck to where you feel like you're not able to get to the next level because you're stuck on this one thing? Please let me know down in the comments. We all have our thing, right? Mine is leadership skills. I struggle with that. And I know some people kind of wonder, do we take the waste away? Do we not take the waste away? Do we haul? Do we not haul? The epic debate. If you want to know more about that, go ahead and watch this video where I cover that topic.